need to dominate, motivate, and inspire. Get diesel, get diesel, get diesel. You need to dominate, motivate, and inspire. Get diesel, get diesel, get diesel.
What's up, y'all? It's DieselDonlow here. Welcome to episode 1. Today is the brand new day of your life. We're going to be here to make you guys better. We're going to be here to make you guys more hungry, more excited, and ready to attack your life with full throttle. So once again, this is episode 1, season 2, brand new. Let's get it rolling, man. Let's go. Okay, so today's episode title is Meat and Potatoes. So you guys might be wondering why I decided to start the new season with meat and potatoes. I feel like it's very important in life that we start with the meat and potatoes, the grind, the grit, the fundamentals of life. And I very, very strongly believe that meat and potatoes are very essential to life. And you need to have the meat and potatoes. So, okay, you guys saying, what is it? Okay, so the meat and potatoes are, tough things in life that you got to do, the grit, the grind, the dirty work, get all the fundamentals in. You want to learn the fundamentals of the craft or the passion that you're in. The belief that you have in your skills comes from the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? So the meat and potatoes are very essential to what you guys may need for your life. So example number 1 is how I use meat and potatoes and how it should be, relayed to you is, something that we got to get, understanding of. So this is what I believe, meat and potatoes is. So I played basketball, right? And, I was young and I didn't necessarily always did that. And I skipped steps on the way. You can't skip steps of the journey. You have to go through the journey. And I did at one time in my life when I was younger, probably around the age of 14, 15, 16, I really relied on athleticism instead of just doing the work. If I can go back now and go back and do that, I would change that. But I'm not going to change what I am now. Is because God had a different journey for me, different path, different voyage for me to do in life. And I skipped the fundamentals because I just thought I could just beat everybody, which that wasn't the case. If I would have studied the fundamentals, then it would have been a different story in life, right? So that's something I really strongly believe in, is if you don't skip the steps, don't skip the process, just trust your process in life that you can be great at whatever you choose your mind to do. The meat and potatoes is very important for me to talk about because I just feel like everybody, just doesn't relate to that, doesn't like that. They more focus on flashy and appearance and what other people may view them as. And, it's the meat and potatoes are the ones that last longer. And throughout these podcasts and throughout these, episodes, you're going to learn the story and the structure and how to, focus on whatever particular topic we're on. So since we're on this topic right now, we have to go through the steps. So like I said, I just told you a basketball story. Now let me tell you a business story. So I created a t-shirt brand, right? 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And the brand was based off of me just liking it, right? And after that, I'm like, oh, okay, I really, really, really into this. So how do I, respect the other people that did it before me and all that? So I ended up learning how to, buy and sell from, other t-shirt designers in the area, right? And I learned how they broke down their prices, right? So they used to charge me $10 to $15 a shirt, correct? Right? And hoodies was way more. So in essence, I learned how to go through them to get the knowledge I needed to get to where I am today, where we are able to produce our own clothing and produce our own designs, produce our own manufacturing of products. I say products because, I like the way that products, sounds, but you guys know what I mean. I mean products. The products and all that, we're using the products to motivate the world. And we just don't make the shirts just because the flashy and the attention and, all that stuff. We want you guys to take the shirt and put it on and actually, wear that through your life. And that's essentially what we are trying to create. So when you do your own meat and potatoes, you have to figure it out. You have to figure out what that grit work of your brand is, your passion, your business, your talent, your service, or whatever it is that you do to inspire the world. You have to figure out the formula, the details. You got to go and be by yourself and figure it out. Write it out. Be very detailed. Break it down to the smallest form. That's very important. When you want to be great, you have to break things down. You got to ask questions. Why do you ask questions? Because you want to be better. You want to learn. You want to learn the fundamentals, learn the grind, the grit, and learn the mistakes of others and learn how to get better, right? So the meat and potatoes is something that is very essential for you starting your brand out. So you need to get a business plan. You need to get an idea. You need to know the story. The story is everything. Before there's any other things outside of like marketing and, getting a product, you need to know how to do the story. The story is what moves the product, right? The meat and potatoes, right? That's two things that go hand in hand. So when you going out there and you try and do your thing, you need to know that, because if you do the fundamentals now, when you get to a level, 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, you'll be able to add that, mustard to the hot dog type stuff. You get to add the dunks and the flashy, the nicer products, the nicer things in life, and you get to really impact that on a different level. But if you don't do the meat and potatoes, that will never happen. So what we need to do and what we need to talk about is, how do you do those meat and potatoes? You guys are probably asking me, like, how do you do that? What does that mean? Okay, so if you don't know what that means by now, we're going to go through it one more time. So meat and potatoes is something that you start off with, the fundamentals, the beginning of the end of a product or service, and the story. I think those are all connected. So the story is what is going to move the product. So if you can't relate a story to someone, then how are you going to do the meat and potatoes for the product, right? So we got to figure out a way that you understand how you can use these meat and potatoes in your life. So if you're a football player, right, and you want to train in the summer, so you need to get up early, right? So get up around 7, 8, right? 6, 7, 8, and you train, right? So you train on basic fundamental speed and agility drills, right? And then you go to the weight room, right? And you do the fundamentals. Just do the fundamentals of weightlifting. And then, by the time week 3 come, okay, I'm ready to move to the next level, right? So, it's levels in life that each person has to achieve and to do in life. And what we're trying to teach at, DieselDonlow brand and the movement and the podcast and the stories that we're releasing is that we want you guys to take it step by step. Each step that you do, you have to, okay, how am I going to do this step? Okay, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to attack the steps. Okay, then we're going to go to the next step, right? Then the next step, right? Then the next step, right? So we keep going to steps and steps and steps and steps. The fundamentals are very important, though. We cannot skip them. They are very essential to making you great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go out there thinking that you got to do flashy all the time. That's not going to sell. You have to do the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure that you work on the ground, the ground level up, and then move on top to the next level. It's very important that you guys understand what I'm saying, is because a lot of people skip that stuff. And I keep repeating that because skipping won't allow you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? You have to go back and retrace. So You don't want to have to retrace that many times. You want to move forward, right? You're going to fail in life. Trust me, you're going to fail. But you want to make sure you do it as perfect as you can. So why not just do the fundamentals? Why not focus on the meat and potatoes of the product, service, or brand you have, right? Learn from the best. Be around the best. And it's very important that you guys, like I said, take this knowledge and use it to your advantage, right? This is here. This is information that, you guys can use and inspire other people to be great. And these episodes here are to break down what these terminology mean, what these phrases mean, what these words mean, what we say on our Instagram story, how we motivate people, how we do it through clothing, how we do it through the brand, we do it through the water, we do it through all these other things that we're gladly able to share to you guys because it's very important. And like I said before, I almost skipped the fundamentals when it came to the brand, but then I did not because I have a great mentor that I never even met, and his name is Kobe Bryant. And he's very, very, very on it about fundamentals and, using, things like that to get better. And while everyone focusing on what they're focused on, he says you need to focus on the meat and potatoes, the grind work, the grit work, all that stuff. And that's very, very, very important to me. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys. And to just go back to where we started at, I want you guys to know that when you take these principles and exercises that we shared to you today, make sure you write them down. You put them on a board. You put them, okay, this is what he said. Step 1, Ben saying you need to understand what the meat and potatoes is, right? Then, okay, what is the meat and potatoes in my brand and product or service, right? Okay, 3, how do I implement this into my game, in my regimen, right? 4, how to take that from the regimen and take it to the next level, right? Okay, let me break down the formula for my brand or service and product, right? Then what's the story? You need to have all that tied in because it's very important that you know exactly what you're doing for other people. And I want you guys to know that I believe in you. We believe in you at this brand. We want you guys to be successful. We want to share with you guys what these terminology means and how you can take your story and take it and expand it to the next, person in the next world that we live in. This is the future of our culture is the story and the meat and potatoes, but we can't allow, skipping steps in the process to take us a different route. Okay, why not learn it now? Learn it now while we can so we can get better and expand, our product, service, or brand. It's very important that we do this. Meat and potatoes are essential to what we need to do. Like I said, I know it's early in the morning. I know it's early right now, but it's time for you to take what's yours and focus on the craft, focus on the fundamentals. Don't skip them. Read the books. My auntie Jackie, she's on me a lot about, some things she taught me about. Reading is very fundamental. My mom says the same thing. It's very, 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 very vital to us that we do focus on the meat and potatoes. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you're passionate in life. Let's make sure we dominate it. Let's make sure we inspire others. If we do not inspire others through our story, it's no point. So just do what we do. Make sure you subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, DieselDonlow. I'm out. Have a good Monday. And I know it's early, but keep on working. All right. Diesel out.